Next, we have North Dakota. We always think of North and South Dakota together because we are reminded of Ned and Sid, who are the black-footed ferret friends from the area. The ferrets decide to make this big mark because, of course, they want to advertise that they are endangered and they want us to save them. So this big mark that they make across these two states, we think of Bismarck. Now, the Dakotas were named after a Native American tribe in that area, and Bismarck, the name Bismarck, the area was the terminus for the North Pacific Railroad, and during this time, they were trying to get some financial investors from other countries, and they enlisted the help, or at least tried to, of Otto von Bismarck, who was pretty much, he orchestrated the unification of the German states and was responsible for the rise of the modern German Empire. So they tried to get him to invest and didn't really work out, but they had already named it Bismarck. And so it's sort of stuck. And now we have the capital as Bismarck, North Dakota. South Dakota goes right along with North Dakota, Ned and Sid. And it was a big mark made by the pear that sounds like Pierre. So a big mark made by the pear, Pierre. In 1880, they named it after Pierre Chouteau, who was a French fur trader. He apparently helped create a booming fur trade in the area. So Pierre, South Dakota. Here we go with Nebraska. We think of new as in the new kids, and these new kids built a new cabin out of Lincoln logs. There's the long-eared bat, which is the endangered species for the area, and the Lincoln logs remind us of Lincoln, Nebraska. The capital was named after President Abraham Lincoln in 1867. The name Nebraska is a word from the Native Americans who lived in the area, and it meant flat water, referring to the Platte River. So we have Lincoln, Nebraska. For the state of Kansas, we originally, for the KS, thought of the word kids, and then we added can because of the sound of Kansas, and also it's so visual with being able to have the kids kick a can. But then we have to figure out, all right, from here, what is the capital? So we look at our endangered species, which is the Neosho mad-tom catfish, and we gave him a foot and had the toes peeking out on the other side of the can for Topeka, Kansas. Now, in reality, the Neosho mad-tom catfish is only 3 inches long, so this picture does not do it justice here on the right, but it does help us remember Topeka, Kansas. Kansa was a Native American tribe along the bank of the Kansas River. They think it might mean people of the wind, which I thought was really interesting. And Topeka is a Shawnee word meaning wild potato. All right, you ready? The next one is so super easy. We have Oklahoma, a Native American word meaning red person. The tribes used to refer to themselves as this as being distinct from the white man who took away all their land, but that's a whole nother video. So we have okay because Bert the turkey was traveling and they said we'd be okay if we made it to Texas, and the capital is Oklahoma City. Now I've enlisted the help of the Oklahoma cave crayfish, but he says, okay, come on, because really you don't even need him because this capital is a cinch to remember. Here is Texas. Texas being a Native American word for friend or ally, possibly used as a greeting, like, hello, friend. We remember Texas because the character said they would be okay if they made it to Texas. Really easy to remember there. Our black-footed ferrets ask, Lost a lot, ocelot? And the ocelot says, never lost in Austin. So it's a little wordplay there, a little bit of rhyme. The capital being Austin, Texas, named after Stephen F. Austin, who was the founder of Anglo-American Texas in 1839. Here's a quick review for you. All right, Ned and Sid. Ned, I know, North Dakota, they made a big mark for Bismarck. Sid, the second black-footed ferret, we said that there was a big mark made by the pair, which is Pierre, South Dakota. Nebraska is new, and what was new was the cabin that was built out of Lincoln logs, so Lincoln, Nebraska. Kansas, we kicked the can and the toes peeked out from behind the can for Topeka, Kansas. Easy peasy, Oklahoma City for Oklahoma. And the ferrets asked, lost a lot, ocelot? And he said, never lost in Austin, for Austin, Texas. We have Olympia, Washington, Salem, Oregon, Sacramento, California, Cheyenne, Wyoming, Helena, Montana, Boise, Idaho, Carson City, Nevada, Denver, Colorado, Salt Lake City, Utah, Phoenix, Arizona, Santa Fe, New Mexico, Bismarck, North Dakota, Pierre, South Dakota, Lincoln, Nebraska, Topeka, Kansas, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and Austin, Texas.